So let's talk about deed protection. I'm at an age where I feel like I need to transfer. I hear this question every once in a while.
Yeah.
What age should I transfer my house into my children's names? I don't like that because it means someone wants to give away their house while they're alive because of a system, of the high cost of nursing home care,
right,
or of some kind of fear that the governmental benefit is going to come in and take the house when they pass away.
Sure.
Only if it passes through the will, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just don't like that system. It doesn't sit well to me, and it doesn't have to be that way. There are many ways to protect the house and other real estate.
Right. Yeah.
And one way is deed protection.
That's
okay.
correct.
So another danger of transferring the house directly into your kids' names is, if I paid $5,000 for that house when I came out of World War II, WW2, right? And now that house is worth $500,000, which is totally possible with real estate, right?
Yeah.
Then I've given my children or child, if they sell the house, a capital gains tax bill that would be valued or derived from the cost basis in that property, $5,000 versus the sales price of $500,000.
Right.
So that is $495,000 that capital gains tax would be levied on that gain. And you can avoid that by passing the property through some type of act of inheritance,
Yep.
which could be through a will, deed transfer at death, or trust. You can also avoid, in some deeds, right? You can avoid probate,
Yeah.
right? Right. So you could own it till you die, and then maybe your spouse, husband and wife owns it till they die, or a single person, and then pass it on to, say, the children at my death. How would I do that?
Yeah, so, thinking about the goal of avoiding probate to avoid creditors coming after the property,
Sure.
avoiding a long-term care bill going after the house. I get why people might want to transfer ownership interest in their house to a third party, another person like a...
Plus, I don't own the house anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, if my daughter gets mad at me, right?
Or their spouse. You might have
me out of
raised
the house.
your child correctly,
Sure,
but
sure.
you hopefully didn't raise their spouse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Lord knows what that person may want to do. And again, with spouses, they have marital interest in property. So if you transferred it to a child, their spouse has marital interest in that property. So dangerous thing. If they get sued, go bankrupt, get divorced, or God forbid, pass away, there goes the house, right? So we want to prevent that from happening. What we want to do is we want to keep you in control of the property. That's one of the goals, right? So if we're doing an estate plan for you, we don't want you giving up control over your money or property, okay? We want protection and control. So if we are going to set up something, right, ideally we would have the property in your name, under your control for the rest of your life, and then be able to avoid probate where the property passes automatically to a child, a loved one, whoever you want to leave it to, one or multiple people, and avoid that dangerous probate process without having to give up some type of, ownership interest in the property.
What would a deed like that be called?
That's a ladybird deed.
Okay.
Yep. That's what we refer to as a ladybird deed. That's the nickname. Now, it's also known as an enhanced life estate deed, meaning that you're saying, this is my property for the rest of my life, and it's not going to anyone until me and my spouse both die, okay? And then it automatically avoids probate, goes to whoever I want to leave it to, again, one or multiple people.
That is phenomenal. So that's a tool to protect the house. I heard that there's this look-back period, 5 years for long-term care Medicaid.
Yeah.
So I got to make transfers outside of that to qualify for long-term care Medicaid. Would this violate that look-back rule?
So another reason why you don't want to just give away ownership interest in the property is you're triggering a look-back period for possible benefits, whether it's Medicaid or VA. So it's 3 years for VA, 3 years for assisted living level Medicaid, and 5 years for skilled nursing level care. That means that there's a window that DSS or the Veterans Affairs looks at to determine whether or not You've given away an asset to help you qualify for benefits to pay for long-term care, and if you have, they can penalize you. They can deny your benefits for long-term care. So you want to be very careful about just transferring ownership. So the question is, does something like a ladybird deed, trigger that look-back period? And the answer is no. And the reason why is because you're not giving up any interest in the property. You keep all interest in the property. That's the beauty of the deed. Now, it's not available everywhere, but we like to utilize it here in the state of North Carolina because we do have it available here. And so we are happy to ensure that property is protected, especially, your primary residence, with that tool.
I would like to offer a free consult to sit down with an attorney and review your estate plan and talk about what tools in estate planning would be right for you. You can take advantage of that free consult by going to mcelderlaw.com. That's M as in Mike, C as in Charlie, elderlaw.com, or calling 1-888-999-6600. And thank you so much for joining us today.